Hello everyone, welcome to Here to Learn, and today we will discuss on the topic what would Israel annexing the West Bank means. Benjamin Netanyahu has announced the time is right for his country to permanently seize Palestine territory by takeover of the West Bank, with a US vision for peace blueprint largely backing up his expansion ambition. The Israel Prime Minister intends to make the explosive move with the support of Donald Trump, a man Netanyahu described as the greatest friend that Israel has ever had in the White House. But what does annexation means? It's a term that can summon up image of a seemingly bygone colonial area where state fought for the spoils of war, yet takeover had continued into the modern era. Indonesia took over East Timor in 1975. Iraq briefly took over Kuwait in 1990. Russia annexed Crimea in 2014. Israel too has joined the club. In 1980, it took over majority Palestine East Jerusalem, and a year later it annexed the Golan Heights captured from Syria. In short, annexation is when a country declares that a piece of land outside its borders is part of the state. But doesn't Israel already control the West Bank? Yes, Israel has run a military occupation for more than half a century that has created a situation in which Palestinian officials say there is already de facto annexation. Foreign tourists visiting Israel on bus trip to the Dead Sea drive right through the Palestinian territory without realizing they have left the country. West Bank road signs often display Hebrew and frequently ignore Palestinian community, pointing out Israeli settlement instead. Many factories, petrol stations, and shops are Israeli run. So, why now? Ultra-nationalists in Israel see Trump's president as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to carry out measures that were long considered taboo in Washington. Going against decades of US foreign policy, Trump has slashed aid to Palestinians, cut diplomatic ties, and declared the city of Jerusalem, part of which Palestine claim, as Israel's capital. With Trump's White House holding potentially due to expire in a November election, much of the far right in Israel believes now is the right time for action. What will the effect be if it does go ahead? Jordan's king has hinted that an Israeli-Jordan peace agreement would be in jeopardy. European nations have suggested they may attempt to impose economic sanctions on Israel. Israeli-Palestinian violence could erupt. One significant change may be one of perception. Israel's half-century occupation of the West Bank has long been referred to as something that is temporary, that has allowed Israel to deflect thorny questions around why Israeli settlers in the West Bank have citizenships while Palestinians do not. If Israel was to annex so much of the West Bank that it would effectively and permanently control the land and all the people in it, then questions around inequality under the law might be more difficult to answer. With this, I end the video and thank you for listening.